We are happy to have you viewers once again on our channel.
Very happy to have you guys here.
Thank God for bringing us back again. We were quite away for a while to attend to some business.
A lot of people
are actually picking up and adjusting.
We are manipulating.
We're scooping,
picking up and placing.
I know they're not gonna understand, but yeah.
Well, it's really good to be back. It's really good to be on set again. To bring you God's word according to the leading of the Spirit. So today we'll be going into one of our very most important video. The ark is here to stay for a very long time. So when I say one of our most important video, you should understand that it has depth. And today we'll be talking about our experiences while on campus. We are fresh graduates. PCMs. So I'm going to be bringing our experiences according to how God has helped us in our various fields of studies. If you've known us before, you would understand that we all studied various different departments, and now we'll be bringing our experiences on how God helped us from the scratch to our final level, and also leaving school entirely. So before we go into that, very briefly, we are going to just give a time for maybe another introduction, our names, and also our departments.
I hope I'm not going to be a historian.
So, can give our viewers an idea, those who are watching us for the first time, of who we are and what we do, or what we've done, or what we represent. So, Brother Manasseh.
Alright, for me, my name is Bro Manasseh Ubuche.
The love expert.
I'm a tech enthusiast and a prompting engineer. So these are the basic things I do. And also I'm a graduate from the Department of Statistics, BSc Statistics. So for those of you that are statisticians, I love you all.
That's been biased.
Actually,
I love you all.
that's be biased.
So, Brother George, can you just take it right up from here?
Okay, thank God today I'm not going to be giving any history.
No, not at all, not at all. But we're actually going to be speaking about history.
History about
ourselves this time. Ourselves this time.
Okay, my name is George Chikadibia Chukwemeka. I'm a graduate of Federal University Lafayette from the Department of Economics.
Yes.
I would not say I love all the economics students. I would say I love all the students of Federal University Lafayette. And wow, like all the students of Nigeria.
Biasism just
I love you. I love you.
It's not like we don't love you, but I love you.
Brother Metu Sela.
Alright, my name is Oguche Mitsela Patrick. I was privileged by God to study computer science. Glory be to God, I'm also a graduate of Federal University Lafayette.
Wow.
That's really beautiful.
You did not say you love your computer science.
Oh my gosh. You see, why I kept mute is because there was no adjective. It's more than love.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
nice. You know, this is really beautiful, because while you were speaking about your departments and everything, it got me thinking. Okay, we'll get to that. Well, let me just give my own introduction. Like you know, I'm David, and graduated from Federal University Lafayette, the Department of Psychology. But one funny thing is, was it really the course we wanted to do that we all did, or we're just because for me, you would have been seeing a medical doctor.
Even myself,
Actually,
a medical doctor. But
You see the way he looked at me. I'm not in that one.
it is
Oh, you really wanted to do economics?
I can't really say economics, but
What was the course you wanted to do?
now, aside from economics, I wanted to be a politician, so I wanted to do
That's true. Yeah.
But that was like my childhood dream.
You really
my
love
mom
politics.
just gave me a new idea.
Whoa.
So,
We are going to be taking a route from here. First of all, explaining what we wanted to do and what reality gave to us or how reality hit us, because there are some people out there who are saying, I wanted to be a medical doctor. God, sweating lies do me now. I wanted to be a medical doctor and they took me to fishery.
At least you'll be catching fish.
Fishers of men.
So
Nice one.
please pardon us, because
Please, I'm not trying to. Please, the people that are studying fishery, in fact, that course is a very sweet course. There are a lot of deep things you need to go and learn regarding that course too.
so I'll just come from this angle. You know, by the help of God, we are young people who are very enthusiastic about life and also achievement. We are people who have visions, who have aims, and we have a great future by the mercies of God. We have foresight and foresight because we envision things we wanted to achieve, and we thought going through the route we wanted to go was the best way. But life happened, and for myself and the rest of my brothers, because we are going to be all speaking about this, and coming into school, I got to apply anatomy. Why? Was because I wanted to be a medical student, so I stayed at home for a while. So I felt anatomy would just keep me starting, you understand? So when the brain picks up, then we can go for something bigger. So coming into school with that mindset, I was energetic to push for the dream. Finally, it's time to achieve what I want to achieve, to prove to everyone that, oh, we can get this done, but Federal University of Love, where dreams come.
Rare dreams come true. Rare gemstone.
I love that school.
But George, you wanted to say something?
Just continue.
So, getting into school with such energy, I was pushing through and it was not funny. It was not funny because I really stormed into a very big rock, or should I call it a mountain? Because I was actually building a dynasty for myself, and that dynasty was in the line of the medical field, and I was building everything, trying to make the piece, get everything together. And when I got to the point of clearance, I was shocked. There was this big woman. It's not like she's big in size, but you know, someone who has the ability to stop you from achieving your goal is really a big person. So she sat on her table and was like,
You ain't going nowhere, man.
you know, great. You know, at first I was thinking, I'll come to that. So she actually was the faculty officer, and she refused to clear me. Why? Because I was having deficiency in physics. As at then, and I tried so hard to explain to her that I would be able to do if I was able to to write an undertaking so that I can cover up with the result. But she said we don't do that here. Do you know, at that point where I stood in that office, there were many people in that office. So it was like I was the only one standing, and at the same time I was conscious of everybody there because I was seeing my dream, my vision slipping off my hands, and there was so little or nothing I could do. See, I could. Should I start?
She was really a strong woman.
Wow.
At that point, you're in pain.
Do you know something?
You're overwhelmed.
She turned to her cousin. She said, "Look at my cousin. Do you know this lady applied last year, but she was refused the admission because one of her prerequisite course was deficient, and she had to apply again. Courtesy BSc Economics. She was in the Department of Economics. So any day I see her, I always remember that incident. Although she graduated with us. And so this is just like a brief summary of everything that went through. That was when another route was carved open for me, and I wouldn't want to go in. So Brother Metusela would also love to maybe throw more light on his own line, what he wanted and how reality also got to him too, because we all have a similar story.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll pick it up from where I stopped.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this video for me is that we have the opportunity by God's grace to actually say, the internal truth that many people may not be aware of. Yes, you might have seen the light, you might have seen the glory, which is also the glory of God, but there is always a background, process. And just like my brother said, that was a portion of what he went through. And for me, I can say mine was a bit fair compared to his own, experience. Mine was, I was a bit confused while I was growing up. I grew up with the mindset of, wanting to study medicine and surgery because that was what my dad wanted. And I believe the majority of us.
You did carry first for
yeah,
class.
so, so my dad was, not like what he did was bad, but we could all attest to the fact, people within the age range when we were still younger, most of their parents wanted their their children to study medicine and surgery because of the opportunity it opens, to them. So it was more like it was a mixed feeling, and majority of it was based on pressure. So I was about taking that decision because, I was told to. So I missed, that part where I got to think for myself and all. But to cut the long story short, it got to a point of my life where I met somebody, and I'm forever grateful to God for meeting that person. His name is Uncle Ikene. I could remember that fateful Saturday. We stood under the tree for hours. He was a graduate then, he was working, and he was talking to me, and I was like, wow, truly, at times it's just good you reach out to people because the answers you might be looking for, God has actually placed it in them.
Yeah.
So after the conversation we had, I was like, wow, computer science, that's beautiful. Though at then, I didn't really have a foundation. So long story cut short, I was at home for some years because my first jam, I applied medicine and surgery. I applied University of Abuja. But I never knew God was cooking something way bigger and something way different. So we found ourselves in Federal University, Lafia. And just to speak about one little thing, I also had a deficiency in mathematics. And God eventually, used that as a stepping stone to building me to become better in it. To a point where God helped me, I also was able to dispense knowledge in that aspect. So I was deficient previously. God helped me in my other exam. I did very well, and after then, God helped all through. So for me, that's a little bit of the background story.
We sounded so
share.
strange that you were deficient in maths.
The same mathematician.
Mathematician we all know.
Do you know while we were speaking, something just dropped in my heart, and I would love to ask: is it possible for someone who has failed so many times to pick up? Because many people define failure, or we define failure in our generation or in our contemporary time by not being able to achieve what you want to achieve. And that has made some people give up on their goal, give up on their dream. So how can we define failure to help others? Seeing we ourselves are also tested the other side of it, and God has helped us out. So how can we help define failure to help someone who has experienced consistent failure?
I think somebody once said, failure is not when you fall. Failure is when you fall and you refuse to stand again. So if you keep falling, it doesn't mean you are a failure. But when you become a failure is when you remain on the ground. So for us, it could be we might have failed, let's say in a particular subject. We would have sat home and said, we're not writing any other SSC exam again, or this and that and the rest. Maybe this story wouldn't have been existing now.
Wow, that's true, because I'm talking about that. The story of my brother Marase, came to my mind. He's in the best position to share that. So before then, Brother George will give us his own experience of how reality hit him in spite of his own personal dreams. In psychology, we call that cognitive dissonance.
Psychologist speaking. Well, I think when you were to get to me and you were now talking about the failure stuff, it kind of struck me that I actually had a failure kind of streak while growing up. Like,
Wow.
He called it a streak.
it was a streak because I remember very well. I think of all the people, my mom remembered this the most. I think when I was in primary 3, I would not forget. I think in third term of primary 3, I took 26th position. And guess how many we were in the class? We were 26.
Wow!
And the funny thing was, to tell you how dumb I was, when I got to 26th position, I was actually celebrating like I was the person with the highest number in the class. Like that was how crazy it was. And while I came back home, I remember meeting a couple of people on my way home, and they were like, "Why are you so happy?" I was like, "I took 26.
I'm the best.
And the funny thing, I would not forget, the guy gave me 20 naira 5. That was 100 naira. Like to congratulate me.
And that was then, no,
That was
money
big, like that money
yeah.
was big. And when I got to my mom was like, "George, why are you happy?" I said, "I took the highest position."
Oh my God.
Then she was like, "You took first," because she knew my background already. So she was like, "What do you mean by
This one.
I was like, "I took 26. Now, why did I start off like this? I started off like this because along the line, things actually changed.
Yeah.
I got to find out that nobody's actually dumb.
No.
Nobody's actually dumb. Nobody's actually bad. The only problem is, just like he said, we are always on the ground. We refuse to stand up. That has always been the problem. I think while we were doing a brain study one time, I think we were talking about brain, and we got to realize that the human brain is actually the same. It's actually the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of the kind of course I wanted to study, just like I said when the video started, I wanted to be a politician. I loved all this politics, but I know many people that know me will say, yeah, I think this guy is lying because I didn't really involve in politics in school. True, but though I served in a political position, but not really with my mind in politics. Yeah. So,
I think so.
but when it comes to politics, that was actually my dream. I wanted to be a leader. I've always wanted to be a king, some stuff like that. I remember when I was too small.
Oh, now I
I
see
would
where
be-
King George is coming from.
Wow,
King
the
George.
consequence.
Yeah, I remember.
You can actually still be a king.
I remember that concept of always wearing a red robe and then putting a
Yeah.
crown on my head, sitting on the chair. So that was actually my childhood dream, always.
Maybe someone in England is achieving your dream. Don't you think so?
Yeah. King George.
Yeah, the present king of
King Charles, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm gonna take the seat for you. So while I was in that midst of, because that was just my only dream at the time. So I thought the only way I could achieve that was being very good in government, and by the grace of God, I was actually good in government, and I picked interest in it because I loved politics. But it did keep my mom sat me down, was like, nah. Even an engineer can become a politician. Even just try and do something different.
True.
And immediately she just said, "Go and do economics." Funny enough, economics was not my choice. It was my mom's choice, and not her choice per se that she forced it on me, but she just gave me a suggestion, and I blessed the name of the Lord that I took heed to her instructions. And I know there are many of you out there that probably have a parent who is guiding you, and you're like, no, I don't want to be guided, I want my own dream. Yeah, true. But if you're still very young and you're still confused, sometimes God can speak through your parents.
That's true.
That's a beautiful one, because many people don't feel like, oh, God speaks to them through others. God actually will speak to you through others. We don't want you to make any mistake in life. So one of the ways He directs you is giving you counsel through people, because in the multitude of counsel
There is safety.
safety.
Yeah.
So, Brother Manasseh,
Yeah.
would you love to give us, share your own experience of
Okay.
your struggles, reality versus your vision?
All right. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here. For me, I would say I believed the road God allowed me to go through was to teach me and also to help me grow as a person. Now, most of the times I normally tell people that every situation you go through in life, either positive or negative, always teaches you a lesson. All right, it teaches you a lesson, and that lesson becomes experience.
Yes.
Right, and that experience can now be used as a knowledge to impact people. So for me, I originally did not apply statistics. All right, I wanted studying computer science. I could remember when we all wrote JAM together, because for me, it was as if everything was going slow, but I didn't know that God was trying to prepare me for something greater. So I could remember when we wrote our second JAM, I did not get admission, while all my brothers were already admitted.
I should have been a really
Yeah,
sad
so
experience.
so it was really tough for me, but I thank God for giving me the grace to endure during that period, during that phase, because it's not easy, to be sincere, because seeing your friends, all of them being ahead of you and you still back, there's a way you are going to feel, right? But I thank God for giving me that grace to be sustained during that period, and that was how I went into a diploma in Federal University of Lafayette. I was given the admission as a diploma student, computer science, and to God be the glory, I was done with it and I was certified. And so I used the certificate to apply as a direct entry student into the same institution, which is Federal University of Lafayette. And I applied computer science, and the admission was not forthcoming. I could still remember vividly. The admission was not forthcoming. It was at the should I say die minute, right? Like when the admission was close to was rounding up. So it was during that time. So I was already, let me tell you the truth. The truth was that I was already feeling, I was already even thinking of some things. I was like, no, seriously, I'm being factual here. The reason why I'm saying this is to encourage someone that is listening. Okay, all right. So I was already even losing hope. I was like, if this doesn't go through, I think what I would need to do is probably I would go and maybe start up a business or just start up something, and probably maybe school was not for me, But sometimes God just looks at you when you're talking and just shakes his head. He will tell you you don't know the plans that I have for you.
True.
All right. So he says in his word that his plans he has for you are plans of good, right?
Not
To
of
give
evil.
you, and not of evil. He's giving you an expected end. All right. The expected end is a good one. All right.
Glorious.
So yes, it's glorious. So that was how it was at the it was close to when the admission was almost over. That was when I got the admission, and I checked. It was not computer science.
Wow.
It was not computer science.
Falafia
Rough statistics.
Right?
Falafia happened.
It was not now.
again.
Imagine, just imagine that kind of thing.
Falafia happened.
So it was so frustrating. I was like, how would I do this? How would I do this? And I could remember even before then, I used to hear stories about statistics. That statistics,
It's not for the weak.
it's not for
It's not
the
for the
weak. Do you understand? So I had such kind of stories, and it started bringing fear. Do you understand? Started bringing fear, and God helping me, I made some research regarding statistics, and I saw that there are a lot of things that I can actually do with these statistics. And so that was what now brought in a drive to do the course, right? And sincerely speaking, I enjoyed statistics, and it was really a very good one. Even despite when I started at first, I could remember 200 level first semester. It was not easy for me because I came in as a direct entry student. I'm trying to familiarize with the people, my colleagues, and
Your cultivators.
my colleagues. So I was trying to try to be familiar and get close and understand the course I'm really doing. So it wasn't easy, but I thank God for the grace of God, how God helped me through, and tada,
We're here today.
I'm here today, a graduate BSc
The same
statistics.
department.
And so now God did it in such a way that I graduated from Federal University of Lafayette with 2 certificates, with 2 results. I graduated with a diploma and I graduated with a degree,
Yes.
which was like a plus. So
Yeah.
that delay was not really a delay.
Yes.
That delay
A
was
blessing in
a
disguise.
blessing in disguise. Right?
So-
yes.
Can I just put some words in your mouth?
All right.
When you spoke about your experience of failure, of seeing others going ahead and you being maybe delayed, maybe there's someone out there also who is feeling like they are being left behind. What are your words to this particular person?
Okay. First of all, I'll tell you not to be discouraged.
Sure.
I would tell you for you to set your gaze on Jesus. Very important, because it is Jesus that will help you at that phase. The Holy Spirit will help you in that very state where you are. And that is why you need to, I always tell people, you need to have a close relationship with God. Very important, because if you want to go through life with yourself, like what I mean by yourself, like your personal as a person, if you want to go through life like that, I bet you are going to be frustrated. That's just the truth. But when you have a spiritual backing of the Holy Spirit, it helps you through that phase. It encourages you through that phase. So that is what I would say regarding anyone facing such kind of a circumstance in this present time.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
All right. So, and in addition to that, sorry, I always like saying there's this saying. There's this saying that says, when life gives you lemon, you make lemonades out of it.
Yeah.
It's
Sounding like victorious.
all right. So
Am I wrong?
you are wrong. You are wrong. Capital wrong. All right. So there is actually one big truth about life. There are many people who may end up not getting to do what they initially want to do.
Yeah.
But whether we like it or not, God's will is always perfect. So one of the graces we should pray to have is the grace to conform to, God's plan. You see, God's purpose for a man's life can never change. But his plan in achieving or executing that purpose can change.
Sure.
So if we have not, received that grace to be able to embrace, just like my brother said, he never wanted to study any other course aside any course within the medical line. My brother here did not want to, study in short, statistics was not even part of the option. Going through diploma was never part of the option. But just imagine if he was given that diploma, how do you call it? The diploma school he went through. Just imagine he rejected it, because I've seen many people who do so. Just like he said now, at the end he had 2 degrees, and in addition to that, he has a testimony to give a generation, not just even those watching, those to come in years to come. So one of the things we'll also pray for is to pray for the grace to accept. Not every, rejection, like they said, delay is not denial.
Yeah.
It's never denial. If you love Jesus, if you know you are well rooted in him, be rest assured that no matter how the storm may be like, trust me, God will definitely, turn that ashes into beauty, all for his glory.
That's really, really a beautiful one
Sure.
to help somebody out there. So the season you are going through is not really necessarily that you are a failure. It may be that God is trying to lead you in a path, maybe inconsistent with what you already have in mind. But you will not discover that you are on the right track until you get to the end, because God doesn't leave details behind.
Definitely.
He leaves the details for the end.
For the end, yeah.
So, but He wants to save you the stress of explanation. You won't understand. But when you get to the end, you will.
Yeah.
So now we are in school, we are on campus, because what we did, we just laid the background foundation of how we all got into campus and what we got to study. Now to the reality we faced while on campus. You know, coming in 100 level, I remember when we went to do our registration, where we had no place to stay.
100 level.
Someone actually accommodated us at that time, and courtesy our dear friend Solomon. Anywhere you are, God bless you. We are really, really grateful.
Thank you so much.
So he actually accommodated. How many were we?
Oh, you don't want to call that number. You don't want to call that number.
It was almost the size of a football team.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Let's be more precise. Just 7, and 7 means perfection. You know.
Actually,
Plus 8. We left out the goalkeeper and
Oh yeah, the coach.
Very close to everybody.
We are
So
close.
actually, he accommodated us to his own house, and his mom was very nice to us. She cooked us meals, and she never complained about our numbers.
God will bless her
and,
wherever she is in Jesus.
Yes. So that was how we started off our life on campus. Then after the registration, we all went back home, and then we came back right now as full students, but still without a house. But saving you the story, God got us a place, and struggles began.
Yeah.
And we had no bed.
True. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
We had
to
no
show that it
reading
wasn't
table.
all rosy at first.
We had no reading table. All we had was our bag, and we even forgot to bring our plates and pots and gas.
Yeah, true, we didn't.
So what?
It was like the next
how did we
semester.
survive? What were
The
we
next
eating?
semester.
Okay, we were eating Gary.
Yeah, we had Gary for first semester and second semester.
You know, there was this 100 level vibes that you have, at least there's some money in your account, you go to Meshai.
Yeah, you just stroll out in the evening, you know.
You eat fried plantain, you eat fried yam. But it got to a point where we now started depending on what matters.
By then, we entered school. We did the real registration.
Oh God.
The one that sucks.
When you spoke about the guy, I just remember the 2 bags of guy.
You don't have
Please
to
don't
say
go
that
there,
here
don't
now.
go there.
Please.
So actually we became empty because of our numbers. We were actually 7 in a room where we started, and it was we were actually happy that we were together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we never knew how our neighbors felt, because how 7 people would live for one.
Then we're very calculating.
Very, very.
Please, when you're coming inside, bring your slippers.
So we don't look like
funny,
we are
it's
many.
not funny.
So we normally do our sleeping on the floor, and
Position ourselves like
yes,
3
I have my
people sit
sports.
down.
My brothers, we have their sports, and
Oh my
that was one of our brothers. He always doesn't like our doors and windows to be open. Imagine coming into the house and see
Just because I'm
Seeing
quiet
squats.
doesn't mean it's me.
I see squats lying on the floor, no bed, no chairs, nothing.
Men. Macho.
We use our bags as pillows.
God is
Oh
faithful.
Jesus.
It's fine.
So that was how the journey
Oh.
began. And at that spot of discomfort, the onus was on us to make a decision, either to succeed or to dance to the tune of our own generation. And that was where God began to supply grace. We didn't know how it was going to turn out. We were just being positive, and we trusted in God. And we were not really as churchy, you know what I mean? We were not really.
We just head bent on education.
We were, part of my motivation personally, I know we all have different, part of my motivations was where I was coming from. I come from a family that I want to offer because of what I've received from them. The love, the sacrifices. So I was not moving because there is just a vision. I was moving because of the sacrifice from where I was coming from. I didn't want to fail my family.
Exactly. Same motivation.
So it was at that point where we began to focus and try to get it right by doing our best to study even at that condition, because even we didn't really have enough food to sustain, right? So it was just like sometimes we go a whole day before we get to eat to be in the night, not because we choose to, but because there's actually nothing to. And it's not that it happened just for 1 week, 2 weeks. I don't know. It's like many days we lived on friends. We had sports. We
had location.
God bless you.
We had location.
We had location.
Actually, the person who emphasized on location,
he's actually the king of
location.
Oh God.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
If you are hungry, just follow this man.
Jesus is the way.
And I will not forget to do this. Those are our friends who were solidly behind us.
We mention names. Oh my God.
God bless you.
Please, we are not mentioning names. We love you. You actually saved souls. Oh my God. I wish I could mention names. But you know yourselves.
May the Lord bless you.
When the ships were down, you came through for us.
Just give me an idea now. While we were saving souls, one was saving flesh with food.
So,
and it is when the flesh is preserved, that is when you can do the deeds of the soul.
the spirit can only dwell in your flesh when your flesh is healthy.
If not to depart.
That's what we call them. So to those who preserved our soul in our flesh, we also be able to carry the works of
Thank
God.
you so much.
God bless.
God bless you. God bless you.
You know, this story is actually coming out not because we want to say it, but because we know there are some of you out there that are actually struggling, that are actually finding it hard. Probably you in 100 level, probably you in 200 level, probably you did not come from a family that is well to do and you feel like that should be your excuse to fail. No, that shouldn't be. That should even be your motivation to succeed. Probably you say, I don't have the comfort of life, I don't have everything I wanted, I'm broke, but I don't have anybody to send me money. That should be your reason to actually succeed. That should be your motivation.
That should really be your motivation, because none of us really had someone that we can call for like an emergency, for like any emergency
Something
whatsoever.
quick,
Yes, because we just had ourselves, our families. We knew where we were coming from, and calling home was not really the best idea.
In short, if it were to be in our power, we wanted even, sending home.
Yes.
Understand?
So that was how it was, and it was consistent. 100 level, it was a track. But at this time, I'll be wanting my brothers to also throw more light and on how God was able to help them individually, because they had very little comfort, as well as myself. But yet there was still that academic push, and what we were going through did not tell in our academics. Many people might look at you and see how successful you are, but they never knew there were a lot of things that went down. So you just do well to just help us a little bit on how our academic journey started and how it was balanced with our struggles. Brother Metusela.
Okay, I could remember very well when we came in, we all wanted to succeed, but success comes in levels, you understand? So we didn't want to fail.
No.
But on the second thought, I don't know if you get what we mean by that kind of excellence, you understand? But one thing I discovered with time, just like my brother said when he was talking, there are many things that you may not have knowledge of until time goes by. Just like the Bible said in John 13:7, the Bible said, and Jesus answered and said unto Peter, he said, the things I am doing now, you will not understand them, but you will understand them hereafter. So as God began to help us, from the start, it wasn't easy. I remember we were literally in school from Monday to Sunday. In short, There was
No,
nothing
really.
like JCF service
There
for
was
us
nothing like-
in 100 level
No,
festival.
we
So
are
then-
attending.
we actually
went to
attend
church.
church.
Yes,
Just regular
but-
morning
yes,
church.
yes,
After
yes.
that,
Yeah.
Then we go back to
find
school
ourselves in schools on
Yeah.
Sunday.
and all. One of the things that actually stood out for us was that the ability for us to stick together, even despite the fact that we came from different departments. Because when you just come into the university, at first you are trying to find your pattern, also you can still have this tendency to struggle, which we all did. We struggled because there were difficulties in areas. Yes, majority of what we did in 100 level was a bit of what we did in secondary school, but there was a different approach. There were topics that were treated through classes like from SS1 to SS3, but here in one semester you are trying to crash everything in one, so it was a bit of a struggle. So in 100 level we attended more of tutorial classes because we're like trying to find our path. It was a struggle for us because it got to a time we started going for night classes, and for me, let me tell you the truth, I always tell people that even when I talk to them, it's good you understand yourself, and understanding yourself makes you understand your strength. So I remember my brothers then, we go to class, everybody is reading, but for me, I'm sleeping. Then when we are coming back at night, in the morning, all those people that are coming out of their lodges in the morning will look at you and be like, wow, this guy is a scholar. And in my small mind, I'll be like, come on, I wish you knew what we went to do in that class. But these were all processes we went through to understand who we were by the help of God.
Yeah.
So it got to a point for me and for some of us, we understood that we were more effective at daytime than at night time. For some persons, they were more effective at night times, and also those understandings began to shaping how God helped us to become productive. But there was a struggle because those times we go to sleep in class, it was still the time we were trying to find our path. And there is something I am really grateful to God for, were the people God connected us to. Honestly, a tree does not make a forest.
Sure.
We discovered that even as we began to disintegrate deeper into our different departments, if there is one thing God evidently did was connecting us to people who helped us grow. But the struggle was really, really much. And there were many people who had their own opinions about different things. Remember a friend met Brother George and was like, Echo, one thing that your mate, that kind of thought, and we could see him, fidgeting. It was because his mind was still tender. But we thank God. I don't know how it all happened. Maybe he would have what to say about that. But along the line, the grace of God came and took away that fear and gave us all the opportunity to take the bold step. For me, I never believed that I would have gone that far until I saw my first semester result. I remember it was a particular course, Physics 111. Oh my God, I don't want to go into detail. I and my other classmates, we slept in school. You just washed our legs and went for that exam. Cut the long story short, when the result was out, lecturers kept on emphasizing on the fact that many people had D and E, but that was true. And when I checked my result, I had a B in that course. It was a 3-unit course. It was from that time God opened my eyes and made me understand that there is nothing that is achievable. Now, that grade I got was not based on what I wrote, but God showed me mercy and opened my eyes through it. So it was from that point I was dependent on God's grace, and it was from there the genesis of the strength God began to provide in excelling academically came true, and same for my brothers as well. So the struggle was there, but those struggles were part of God's agenda to build us for the journey which we had in other levels till we graduated to His glory.
So the struggles didn't stop us.
Yeah.
It was actually a strategy to build us. So
Yeah.
there's someone out there who is going through struggles.
Sure.
Maybe you don't really have enough to eat. Maybe you don't really have where to stay. You are squatting.
Yeah.
You don't even have things you can call your own things.
You wear other people's clothes.
Can you just have a different view of what you are going through? Mindset is all what we be, or part of the things we get wrong. You know, some people see the things and they read a different meaning to it. Can you
Sure.
just read a positive meaning to what you are saying and
Yeah.
let that drive you and be your motivation,
Motivation, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So don't feel like you are being left out. God is
Yeah.
actually working something in your life
Working something, man.
All things.
Work together.
for good.